Hello, hello, everyone. We are so excited to be back on our How She Does It podcast. I'm here with a special guest today, Miss Jourdin Pritchard. We're going to dive right in. So, Jourdin, let's just go right in, share a little bit more about who you are, a little bio, and if you want to share your age.
Yes, hello. I am so excited to be here. My name's Jourdin Pritchard. I am 31, almost 32, and I have two daughters. I'm married. My oldest daughter is 5. Her name's Ava, and then Isla is the youngest. She just turned 8 months. Yes, and I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. I stay home with my girls full time and work my business full time.
I love it. Full busy mama. So,
Yeah.
being a busy mama, tell us a little bit more about how you got started here at Monat.
So actually being a mom is what drew me to the products. I went through awful postpartum hair loss. I had some damage from going blonde. And so I had seen these products all over, but was like nervous to try them. And it took until I went through that really bad postpartum hair loss for me to pull the trigger. I immediately fell in love. I was one of those people that within my first wash, I was like, wow, this is like so different. I felt like my scalp could breathe for the first time. 2 weeks down the line, I started to notice little baby hair sprouting up, and I was like, okay, this is the real deal. I know there's a way to get like a bigger discount. So I talked to my market partner, and she's like, yeah, you can get double the discount if you become a market partner. So I did that 2 weeks after becoming a VIP. I really didn't have any intentions of working the business because I was like super nervous. I didn't know how to do something like this. I had no experience in hair or anything like that. So I was just nervous, and I was a market partner for 8 months before I did a single thing. I missed my entire Smart Start. But people were coming to me over those 8 months and they were like, Jourdin, what are you doing to your hair? Like your curls are different. Like it looks so healthy. It's growing. And I would refer these people to other market partners. I'm like, well, I don't really do it, but like you can go get it from her. And after 8 months of doing that, I just had this day and I was like, what are you doing? Like, why don't you just jump into this? You already have people coming to you. Like, just do it. And so one day something switched and I was like, all right, I'm all in. Like I was watching these girls earn trips, earn cars, and get paid 5 times a month. And I was like, listen, if they can do it, why can't I? So I just jumped in that day.
Oh my gosh, that's so good. And 8 months. So for anyone who's listening, who's like sitting on it or thinking about it, hey, you can get started whenever in your business when it clicks and it feels right for you. Love that. Okay, so that's how you started. Where are you now in your business?
Oh my gosh, I am inches from director. We have built the most incredible organization. I love my team. We're like one big family. I've found girls that want this just as badly as I do. And, we've locked arms. I've earned my Cadillac and I've earned about 10 plus trips in the last few years. And my goal, is to help as many of my girls earn their Cadillacs, as many of my girls, hit director, and, complete or reach the level of success that they're wanting to reach. And my goal is to out earn my husband, but don't tell him that. But
I
we're
love
working.
that. I
We're
love that. It's going to happen
yes,
while being at home with your babies.
yes.
Love it. Love it. Okay. So oftentimes women will wonder when you have two littles as young as yours, like what does your typical day look like? And how do you fit money into your current schedule?
Yeah, 100%. I am a very busy mom. My girls are so active and just all over the place. And my youngest is moving around now, so she's keeping me really busy. But I really love that no day really looks the same for me, which is honestly what I love. I love, keeping things, shaking things up a little bit. So I do stay home with my two daughters and we travel at least once a month. My husband travels a lot for work. And luckily I'm able to take my job wherever I go. So we go with him a lot of the time. So I love that I have that flexibility. Since we are busy, I don't really keep a structured schedule. I really like to work off power lists. So somebody taught me this a long time ago. And what it is, it's basically just a list of like non-negotiables that I have to get done each day. There's no set like time that I have to complete the task. It's just a list that I get done when I have time in the gaps of my day between the chaos with the girls. So I do a lot of stuff during nap time. I do a lot of stuff during the time when my daughter's at school, when they go to bed, things like that. I just really find gaps in my day. And I'm so lucky that my husband is super supportive. He's always there to help with the girls if I have like an important call where they can't be there right there with me. But a lot of the times I'm on Zoom calls with a baby on my hip. I'm on lives with a baby on my hip, and it all kind of meshes together. And I like it that way. It's just like the norm for my family. This is just what I do, and that's how we get it done.
Okay, if there's something to take away from this podcast, you guys, it is the power list. It's not a set time frame. This might be different than what everyone else might tell you with time blocking, but this is really awesome. Like a power list of non-negotiables that you need to get done during the day.
Yes. And
I'm stealing that.
yes, I used to be such like a time blocked person before I had my youngest daughter, but now, when you bring babies into the mix,
Yep,
they are in charge of the schedule, not you.
exactly.
Yes, I had to pivot and do something differently. So right now I'm a powerless girly and I love it. My team loves powerless. That's just how we get down.
Ah, that's so good. I really am immediately stealing that.
I love it.
What do you love the most about your role at Monat? I know this is a loaded question.
It's such a loaded question because when people ask me like what I love about Monet, it's like, how much time do you have? Like I can go on
Yep.
forever. But I really love, being able to mentor women and like show them the ropes, introduce them to personal development, and just watching women absolutely transform and grow into like a new, better version of themselves. I feel like that's the best part because you just get to watch that entire transformation like before your eyes, seeing their belief in themselves grow. I love that my daughters get to watch a confident mom, show up. And
So
it's all
good.
because of this shampoo business. Like when I grew up, I was so like timid and I just wasn't as confident as I am now, as I've grown to be over the last 4 years. It stretches you and grows you in ways that you would just never even imagine. You start to dream bigger, expect more for yourself. And they say that saying like iron sharpens iron. It's so true. When you spend your days with people who strive for greatness, it just pushes you to do the same. So it's more than just growing in your Monat business. It's growing outside of your Monat business as well. Like we learn so much and grow so much, and it applies to other areas of our life. Like because of this business, I'm a better mom. Because of this business, I'm a better partner, a better friend. You truly just level up in every aspect of your life. And it's all because we sell shampoo. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah. And as a girl mama myself, what you said just hits home. Your daughter's watching a more confident you shows them what is possible in this world.
100%. And when I started this business, I remember the day that I decided I was going to do this, one of the things holding me back was like, well, all these girls go live and all these girls show their face on stories. And I see some of them speaking at events, and I'm terrified of public speaking. So if I'm going to do this, I'm never going live. I'm never speaking at an event. And I do all those things on the regular. It's just like second nature now. And it's so crazy because I was like, I'll absolutely never do that. And nobody ever told me, Jourdin, you have to do this. It was like, as I started growing in my business, I was like, well, the girls who are seeing major success are girls who are going live, who are hosting training calls, who are speaking at events. Because how can you share your passion for what you do or share your knowledge with your team if you're too afraid to speak to them? You know what I mean? So I had to like push myself out of that comfort zone. And it all really came full circle. I think it was a year ago. I spoke at an event with Jade actually. And I brought my daughter to that event, and my daughter sat in the front row, and being able to speak and have her watch me do that like it's just something normal. My hope is that she'll grow up thinking that like public speaking, we just do it, it's normal, and she'll never have that fear that I had to overcome.
Ah, so good. That literally gave me chills hearing that. So good. All right, now we're going to switch gears a little bit because, the taboo thing about direct sales, there's all kinds of things out there, right? But what do you think is the most misunderstood thing about what you do?
Yes, I love this question. I think that a lot of people assume that this is just like a little business, a little side hustle that I do while I'm at home with my girls. I think people really underestimate what is possible, what this business is capable of. I think we've produced like what, 91 millionaires in almost 9 years.
Yep.
And my thing is, if it's possible for 91 other women, it's possible for me, it's possible for you too. I also think that it's really hard for people to understand the community that comes along with this, because we preach about it all the time, how amazing and life-changing it is. And it's something that I have a really hard time like getting across to people without them being in it. I feel like it's something that you have to experience in order to understand. And so it's just so hard to share, this is actually a little family, like we're one big family.
Yep.
So yeah, I feel like it's just so hard to explain without you being in it.
So what we're saying is just join and just do it, right?
Yeah, and then you'll understand.
I agree. And that's the thing about direct sales and Monat particularly, is that the community is bar none. You just cannot compare. So I'm with you 1,000% on that. All right. Now, something that's another taboo thing that people don't really like to talk about. What is your biggest failure, or I like to say learning opportunity, and what did you gain from that experience?
Okay, I love this question too. Why do I love the taboo questions? So my biggest failure that I've learned from, this is a really good one, because when I was going for which is the Cadillac rank, I was super locked in. I was hustling my booty off to get there. And I kind of made this transition from really being focused on my own personal business to now I was maybe too focused on my team's business, too focused on my leaders' businesses, rather than, again, staying locked in on mine. I really wanted to help them grow so badly that, I stopped working my own business, and kind of just forgot about my own. And when they decided that this business wasn't for them, I was in a place where I was like, oh, well, now I need to completely rebuild, because I was focusing everything on these girls' businesses. Whereas, my rule of thumb now is 80-20. So 80% my own personal business, getting VIPs, getting market partners, and then 20% helping my girls grow their own personal businesses. I feel like it's so important to lead by example. So if you're showing your team how you're growing your own personal business, they can go out and do the same thing without taking away from your business. So, I mean, honestly, I will never, that's a mistake that you only make one time. I'll never do that again. I know now, and I'm glad that I went through that, because I can tell my team exactly what I went through, what to never do, so that none of them make that same mistake too.
We love the 80-20 rule here, and exactly what you said, you lead from the front, right? The pace of the leader sets the pace of the pack. So good. Okay. What is one piece of advice you'd give to someone starting out as a market partner?
Oh my gosh. Well, coming from me, who sat on my business for 8 months, it just makes me sick thinking about it. My biggest piece of advice is to go all in. I sat on the sidelines for so long. I literally didn't do a thing. I let fear take over. I let comparison take over. I missed my entire smart start. Okay. I think people really like to compare their chapter 1 to everybody else's chapter 10. And they forget that we all start out as just a market partner. We all start out there. And somebody said at Monations, an SED is just an MMP who never gave up. So focus on yourself, focus on growing and learning every day. Never stop being a student, and become obsessed with your business. And just like I said, go all in.
Oh my gosh, it's so good, Jordan. It's just that bringing that same energy every day into your business. All right, what about advice you'd give to someone who hasn't started Monat and is maybe just thinking about it?
Mhm. So ask the questions that you're, wondering. If you don't ever ask the questions, you won't know if this is a good fit for you. I think that's the biggest thing. If you have fears, let the market partner that you're going to enroll with, let them know what those fears are and have them like help work through those, because I'm telling you, we all start out with fears. We all start out comparing ourselves. I remember before I started this business, I was looking at all of these gorgeous girls with this beautiful mermaid hair. And I was like, well, I have two bald spots on both sides of my head and my hair is severely damaged. How could I possibly share these hair products? But I think people miss the point is that, when you're starting out and your hair is not yet that mermaid hair, it's like you get to take, you're at an advantage. You get to take these people along for the journey and show them that hair transformation in real time. Whereas for me, I sat on the business for 8 months, and by the time I decided to jump in, I did have that mermaid hair, and I wasn't able to take people along for the ride, along for the journey, so that they could see my transformation in real time.
Ah, love that. Start scared, everyone. Just start. All right. I'm going to kind of throw something else in there because I love your background as to how you got started. Tell us a little bit about shifting gears in your life, because you were actually about to go to PT school. And so now you have this. Tell us a little bit about that, and what is the next step for you at Monat? Like, seeing that that was your beginning, tell us about that, and then what's next?
So I had just graduated college with my degree in exercise science with plans to go back to school for PT. I had just got accepted in the program and literally a couple of days later found out that I was pregnant with my oldest daughter. And so I was in this place of, okay, do I go back to school? Or do I wait? And, I had people in my life that were like, just go. She's not going to remember. She's so young. And I was like, you're right. She's not going to remember, but you only get those newborn months once. And I don't want to miss out on that. So I went against what everybody said and I decided to defer for a year. And that was when my Monat business came into my life. Like, talk about like the universe is listening. Okay. So I started using Monat, became a market partner. And then by the time that year deferral was up, my business was taking off. And I was like, I think I'm not going to go back. I think I'm going to go all in on my business. And of course, everybody's like, you're so crazy. What are you doing? Go back to school. And I was like, well, you know what? I don't want to take out more student loans to get a job that I'm not obsessed with and do something for the rest of my life that I'm not genuinely in love with. And I love my Monat business. I love the freedom that comes along with it. I love that I get to be a present mom. So I was like, I'm going all in, and it's the best decision I've ever made, hands down. So good. And from here, like, I'm going all the way. That's my goal, is like, I'm not stopping until I'm MDC, SED. And when I am, I'm going to turn around and bring all of my girls with me. That is like my biggest goal. I always think about, why am I going to get like choked up? I always think about like putting that MDC jacket on, and it's great. But like the thing that really gets me is like envisioning putting that jacket on my girls as well.
I love that. And it's just a testament to a people business, and that you serve and put people first, because here you are thinking about what's next, and what makes you emotional is thinking about how many girls you're going to put an MDC jacket on and how many people you are going to serve and change their lives. So I love that so much, Jourdin. So good. All right. Any last piece of advice you want to share with people listening?
I think, like you said earlier, when talking to somebody who's thinking about doing this, do it scared, because like, as I said earlier, in this call, there were so many things when it came to this business that I was scared of doing. I was scared to go live. I was scared to speak. You guys, I don't know if anybody else can relate with me here, but I hated the sound of my voice on videos. I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot do that all day as my job.
That's me.
Yes, it's something that like you get so used to. It's something that you get better at. Because when I started, I remember it was so hard for me to show up as my authentic self. And that's something that I learned through this. I don't need to be anybody else but me because that is what sets me apart from everybody else. We're all market partners here. So if we don't have anything to set us apart from the girl next door, what is going to help people connect with us, So I think just dive all in, learn as you go. Don't feel like you need to know all the things. Like I said earlier, I didn't know a thing about social media. I didn't know a thing about hair, but I just dove in and I, took people along for the ride. If you're nervous, it's okay to say you're a little bit nervous. I remember when I started out, I was like, you guys, this is so out of my comfort zone, but all I can tell you is that my hair has done a complete 180. And like, I just want you to know that if you have hair that you're not in love with too, it doesn't have to be that way. And so I just took people along for that ride with me.
I love it, Jourdin. That's so good. Okay, we're going to switch gears. We're going to go into some rapid fire questions. You can bring 3 products to an island. What 3?
Oh, girl. This is a rough one. So I'm definitely bringing my oil. Okay. That is like my go-to product. I use it every single day. My hair, my face. I use it on my daughters. That's hands down my favorite. You guys, this new concealer that we just launched, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like concealer.
Like,
Concealer's hard, and this one is like hands down the best I've ever used. And then next, I feel like would be like my Super Nourish conditioner. That is like one of my new favorites, and it has completely changed my ends. I just started using it within the last 6 months, and wow, I've been like shouting it from the rooftops. It's amazing.
okay, immediately adds to cart.
Seriously.
Are you an introvert or extrovert?
So I feel like I'm an introverted extrovert because I love to be like me being home in my PJs with my family. That's my thing. But I also enjoy like a night out with the girls, a night out with my husband here and there. And when we go on our Monat trips, oh my gosh, those are like the highlight of my year. Just being with my girls. My husband likes to come with me. So I would say definitely a mix of the two.
Love it. Love it. All right. Early riser or night owl?
Ooh. I feel like somewhere in between. I do like to go to bed like before 11 or midnight. Sometimes my husband and I get crazy, but I also have to be up with the girls in the morning and I like to get some work done in the morning. So probably a combination there too.
Because mom life.
Yes.
And then last but not least, bucket list vacation.
Oh my goodness. This is a hard one.
I know. That's a toughie.
Let me think on this one. Where's my bucket list trip? I like somewhere like on an island. Like the Bahamas was amazing when we went there. Gosh, what's that place where like the hotels are like floating on the water?
Bora Bora.
That's what like immediately pops into my mind. I'm like, I want to go there and like a little room by myself with my husband and just be on the water and just hang out.
Love it. So, so good. You are the third person to say that on this podcast. I love it.
We gotta
Well,
go.
everyone's on the same wavelength. So,
Yeah.
Jourdin, thank you so much for joining me today on this podcast. I'm so excited for everyone to hear your story and hear your light and your energy. And we're so excited to see you along the rest of your journey here at Monat. So we're rooting for you.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Until next time, everyone. Bye.